very low. Okay, I will start updating my pivot. So I'm starting at MA 3.0. It's get journalists to write us by networking. My updates here, I proceed to use Superhost as the main email to reach out. I already sent a few direct emails to the writers. My friction is I find it hard to look after the local writers email because on the website there's no email attached there, and I have to look after at random places, and I use LinkedIn to get their email, and I need to connect first, so it takes many times, and but I will still proceed to do that. And my pivot is I will also create a new article about cleaning standard because I see it it becomes one like a trend on the hospitality side of showing their cleaning standard, and I will write about that. Next to the MA 1.2, I have no updates here. I will update tomorrow. Next to MD 5.0, also no updates. We have actually a meeting today. It's at 5:30 p.m. with Thibault, and it's talking about it's about presenting our product and gather feedback from Thibault. Next to MD 4.0, I also know updates there, and I will update on Thursday. That's all from me. Back to the chat.
Okay, so thank you, Aldo, for the sharing. Or maybe if I can suggest you to reach the local writers, you can search through their Instagram first and ask them through the direct message, because sometimes local writers is actively on Instagram, or maybe some of them are actively on TikTok too. So maybe you can reach them through Instagram and ask them for the email or etc. that you needed. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah.
And maybe yeah, I
Kezia, you are muted.
oh yeah. And now I've invite everyone to uncheck Aldo champion card, and please choose the champion card of Kadiba. And now the floor is yours, Kadiba. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Keisha. I will update my first card on Initiative A, card MA 1.3, the website migration. So today is the schedule of the go together again with Ghanaian results. So I would like the help from the secretary to arrange a breakout meetings on the comments. We'll arrange as well on the Google Calendar after this. So the breakout meetings is to the update to the internet result is to finalize the manage my property page, and I will use channel Wayana, and I would like to propose to need slot 1 Ghanaian result available.
Can we do at maybe
No?
around 3 p.m.?
3. I actually today I plan to go to NX residence for a photo shoot though. What's the what time are you free, Vijay?
Mostly at after 12, I believe.
After 12, okay.
Yeah.
1 p.m. 1 p.m. Wita.
Okay.
Sounds good. Kani, how about you? Oh, well, when you say 12, is that 12 way or?
Yeah, 12 baby is good. One Wita.
1 Wita?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. All right, I will move to the next card, Initiative B. So yeah, like what I said, I scheduled a photo shoot today at 1:30 actually, but I think it'll postpone about 2. And FN hierarchy thems, terus moving on to initiative C, no update yet from the rebranding. MC 5.0, I'll move on to MC 4.0, the co-branding with Asia Exchange. So I've asked Lilis about the CTA, but no reply yet. So I've attached the a traffic assessment of the page since the update. If you scroll down to the comments, you can see the traffic since the update is we got a 9 unique page view, 18 page views. The entrance is 4, 0 bounce rate, but I don't know whether we are already converted some views or not from this landing page. So yeah, I think I need the advice on the CTA. Should I still go to with the I currently use air support one number that I put on the CTA. I don't know whether should I put wireless number or what number that will usually take over the deals on long-term brand. So that's my update. Moving on to initiative D, getting the first proof of concept for the app. Yesterday I already meet the first owner to get the feedback. I meet with the Nivilla owner. I also attached the result and the meeting notes on the paper that I've attached in the comment below. But I don't really get so much feedback from this owner. It's the type of owner that say yes. I actually need more. I actually need the owner, the type of owner that is more feisty and complains a lot about the app, so I can actually extract a lot of feedbacks of the app. So I will probably coordinate that with the community team again. So yeah, that's the update for my card. Go back to chat.
Okay, so before Kadiba need advice like which card, and maybe you can put down on the comment like you need advice from who, and yeah, maybe you can ask too about the contacts that you can be used this because I can't find it in your report card. Yeah, thank you. So maybe everyone can give the feedback or give help you and the comment too there.
I'm sorry. Once again, your plus 2 lines, sir.
Oh, oke. Itu loh, tadi kan, I'm sorry using Indonesia. Aduh. Tadi kan Kak Diba bilang butuh advice dari siapa gitu. Nah, itu bisa itu aja kan di put down di komennya, misalnya advice-nya tuh Kak Diba butuh advice dari siapa.
Oke.
Gitu. Terus sama yang butuh kontak-kontaknya itu.
Ya, oke. Thank you, Kak.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you Kadiba, and now I invite everyone to uncheck Kadiba champion card and move to choose Mas Gani champion card. And now the floor is yours, Mas Gani. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Good morning, everyone. I'm start giving update on Initiative B. The card is MB 3.0 about monthly rate and CSE campaign on Facebook and Instagram. So the update is yesterday I have a meeting with Lilis and Nadine about the update of this project since it's include three chapters in one project. So the update is Nadine will track inquiries from Messenger and Command and WhatsApp. And then RM will add the detail of the service at this paper. And then the design format of the poster will be same as the Rakarai Villa as the last post. And then this is the most important point that instead of use Bukit Vista Facebook page, we will use the personal account of Jing to do villas promotion and post into group community, not on the like feed or timeline. And then today I will create and post for Villa Shanti, and I will put on some group communities based on Lilis requested. So yeah, this is the update of this project. And then moving on to Initiative C, and the card is MC 3.1 about Instagram and Facebook brand awareness. I still doing a research, and I will update the results soon, because I still have a research about how to optimize the Facebook page for business. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, mm, maybe for the card MC, what? Wait, MC now, nih tadi ya. Oh yeah, MC 3.1 that you said you wanted to do a deep research about how to manage more engage in Facebook
Yeah,
in the Bukit Vista Facebook, right? And
yeah,
how about Instagram? Do you do anything about it, or maybe you just wanted to focus on Facebook first?
yeah. I want to focus on Facebook first.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Gani, for the updates. And now I invite everyone to uncheck Mas Gani's champion card and and move to choose Jing is champion card. And now the floor is yours, sir. Is there any update from you, Mr. Jing?
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Kezia, for actually getting these translations moving along. So here's the idea. We're going to send you a machine that we can send over to Bandung so that you can actually start updating the listings on your own. So after the translations have been made, the original intent was to have Gani or Rizal work on uploading these translations. But if we can send you a machine, then the entire process you can actually do independently. So that we will set as the primary plan for the time being. Okay. If it doesn't work out, I hope it works out. The machine gets to Kezia's place. Okay, that's the update on that card. First interviews with property owners. This is moving along actually. So we have Gary Lirliardi has actually agreed to come to a meeting with us about the app. So Gary is he's kind of like me, right? He's around my age. I believe he's based out of Jakarta, and he's thinking about developing property in Kramas. So this is pre-construction, and we're going to meet with him, I think, tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Oh wait, shit, is it tomorrow or today? I think it's today.
It's today, sir.
It's today. It's today at 6 o'clock to get his feedback on the product. Okay, so that is the first meeting that we've arranged for a property owner in Bali. And the next one is the first interviews with property owners in Thailand. Now, we do not have Faris anymore. He has dropped out. So thank you, Aldo, for picking up the ball there. I've asked Aldo to come in to help, and we are going to start professional networking with Thai property developers. So we'll probably, Aldo, need to start with maybe phones and emails to see who the business development people are or the executives of the company. Generally, in everywhere around the world, start with the top person first. If you can get the CEO's attention, that would be the best person to network and pitch with. If not, then work your way down to vice president, whatever. Most decisions like this are made at an executive level rather than made at a lower management level. So, okay, thank you very much, Aldo, for picking up the ball on that one. So I will trust Aldo to come up with some leads so that we can continuously network with Thai property developers. And that is the update on my side. Thank you very much. Back to Chair.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the update and for the sharing too. And now I invite everyone to uncheck Mr. Jing champion card and move to mine. KGI is champion card, and I have update like I still doing revis the video, the third revis, because I have friction to found some place that really comfort for me to record my own video, because here is not really quiet and it's crowded, and maybe I will find it anyway. And I have done to for doing all making the all poster based on the interaction performance on Instagram, and waiting for Mas Gani to be airing or uploading so I can see the result. And yeah, that's all about my update, and I Thank you, and I invite everyone to uncheck my champion card and move to Mas Rizal champion card. And now it's your floor, Mas Rizal. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Okay, start from initiative A. It's from card MA.4.1 to reach out time market. I just doing some report right now, and the ads performance is not good as Bali ads. If you can open the attachment, it got only 16 clicks and 8 clicks in each ad set, and also the impression is not good too, and I think it's not good performance, and I'm maybe I will stop the ad from after the scrum, and next to the card MA.2.2. So the daily report is the A/B test is doing great. We got 60 clicks, and also impression is pretty high. The total is 9,000 for now. Okay, that's the only my update. And next to initiative C, produce content to introduce our new branding. My progress is I still uh, uh, preparing the materials to produce the explainer video. And yeah, that's the only my update. I'm not prioritizing this card, initiative card. And next to the initiative D, it's from card MD.1.1. So I just digging previous pitch deck and create order from the presentation itself, and then we'll do Frankenstein from previous version. But my friction is still looking positive data to attach in the into the pitch deck. So basically, yeah, that's the only update. You can open the paper on the progress. You can scroll down on the pitching deck order. The first order will be what is Bukit Vista, and then tourism data in 2020, and then data after COVID-19, and then and so on and so on. And also I also want to attach the BV as service, BV service, hospitality management as a service, and then what we do with new service, and also I will attach the bigger app from the product mockup. Yeah, that's the only my update, and I will deliver to Aldo before the meeting with siapa Aldo?
Tibok.
Oh yeah, Tibo. Yeah. Okay, that's the only my update for now. Yeah, back to the chair.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mas Rizal, for the update. So I invite everyone to uncheck Mas Rizal is champion card and move to choose Mbawayana champion card. And now it's the turn of Mbawayana. Is there update? Thank you.
Okay. I don't have update for like a post, but I got a video that from lot 3, and what I asked is like ask Aldo because like everything in Russian. So what I did, I sent to Aldo what he is saying about the video of lot 3 and then they make a video about lot 3 villa. So and then Aldo suggests to tag Gani. Actually, I send the private, and also I already send the have the link here so that Gani can have a check it. Like maybe can use us for branding, and maybe post it in Instagram, and then if maybe Aldo can help like comment in the comment section of this video, like hey, like if you want to come to Bali, like this is the place, and then this is how you contact us, in the comment in the YouTube, because like I believe mostly Russian, so it's more effective if you can reply in Russian. So that's very much my update.
Okay. Oh.
Anybody have any
Okay.
question?
So, e- mm, I want to ask that I found here that you also use the description with Russian too, right?
This one is the link of the YouTuber. So they everything
Okay.
in Russian.
Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Thank you for the update and for the sharing, and maybe Mas Gani and Aldo can help Mbak Wayana too, Mbak Wayana. And I think that's all about the marketing scrum today. And before we move to the discussion paper, I will choose the next chair. Wait, my laptop slowly down. Or maybe the next chair for the next meeting, marketing meeting scrum is the next chair is Mas Rizal, and the next secretary will Aldo, and the recorder will be Kak Diba. Is that okay? All the person that I mentioned before. Okay. Okay. So yep. So let's we move to discussion paper, and I will ask help with Mas Rizal. Can you screen share the paper because my laptop is slowing down? Thank you. Okay. So maybe we can start from Mr. Jing. Do you want to share like the point of leadership culture development? Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you very much. So I want to actually sort of do this. I think one of the primary frictions. I've been reading a lot of the one-on-ones and surveys about leadership feedback, and I think there is sort of a lot of room to grow leadership across the entire company. One of the things I see that we're currently could use a lot of improvement is around transparency. So what I want to do is to develop a practice and culture of two-way transparency. So right now, I think we have actually a really good culture, and everyone has developed far better skills on sharing. And I think this has been supported by the peer-to-peer feedback that we've been getting from everybody within the chapter. So if you've noticed that, say, anybody who's been sharing, let's say a month and a half ago versus their performance today, I think we can all agree that there's noticeable, tangible improvements in everyone's style. So we're going to start applying this back to leaders to peers, right? So this is an exercise that was brought up through HR, and it's meant to create a way of seeing things more strategically, identifying the vision, and being able to really call out things correctly. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have this happen. Let's go with Kezia. Kezia, I'd like you to give feedback for Aldo on his particular initiatives. And once again, this is an environment of safety. This is an environment of creating constructive, nurturing feedback, and it's meant to not be something that's demeaning or anything like that, but meant to actually foster improvement. All right, so we'll give that a shot. Kezia, do you have any comments or any feedback for Aldo on his particular initiatives?
Which initiative that you mean?
Any of them. Like you're going to give feedback to Aldo right now about all his work that you see so far.
So far, I see Aldo what Aldo is doing, it's really have a progress like from the start that Aldo make the article and being revised and collaboration with YouTuber. Um, I think yeah, he makes a lot of progress and include the professional networking too. He still keep going to it and still learning from it, and I think it's good so far. It's
Okay.
really, really good because the progress it's increased from the first until now.
Okay, thank you very much, Kezia.
Thank you.
All right, now what we'll do, perhaps Gani, you have control of the screen right now. Would it be okay if we switched briefly back to the Trello board? So it's okay. Just open. Don't share the Trello board through. Oh, okay. You can share the screen, and we'll take a look at the Trello board, right? Because I'd like us all to have one sort of vision on where it's at. Okay. So what Gani will do now is he'll share the Trello board, and we will all give feedback about Kezia's feedback. Okay. So let's go over to Rizal. Rizal, what do you think about Kezia's feedback for Aldo?
I think Kezia maybe have another point of view, like what you can learn from each card from the Aldo's initiative. Wait. So basically, like this. Wait. Let me see the card. Okay. Maybe we can start from this. Okay, like this card. So maybe my point of view, I will be ask Aldo. Aldo, can you attach your message screenshot so we can learn what message we can use, or everybody here can learn what we can do professional networking too. So yeah, that's the only my feedback for to Kezia. And yeah, I think that's.
Okay, all right. Very good. Let's go next to Gunny. Gunny, do you have any feedback for Kezia's evaluation on Aldo?
So basically, what Kezia say about the Aldo performance is, I think it's for from the too general. I think so. It's not so deep, but it's okay. But I will agree with the Mas Rizal that the visibility is a good point when we giving the update about the each card. And if I may give the suggest to Aldo, perhaps you can start to what is it collaborate with others to support this project. I mean, what I see so far is you are doing great on professional networking, and you start to answer each person question. But I think you already have the skill, have the knowledge, and let's start collaborate with others. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, all right. Let's go over to Diva. Diva, do you have any feedback for Kezia?
Yeah, I think again, I have basically already agree with what Dani and Rizal already said. I think we can go deeper in more details as well. I mean, Alto here, I think we all agree that Alto here, what Alto's been doing is like really have a potential, and the key of like maximizing that potential is like what Dani said, to collaborate for like other initiatives within or outside the chapter, perhaps. That is how big it is, like the impact that Aldo does. I mean, he's currently working on, besides this marketing chapter, he's also working on the product development, and he's also working on professional networking. So there's a bridge that he can actually build. He knows the inside of the app, but he also knows how to reach people that are experienced on whether it's building or marketing the app as well. So I think the collaborative is the way to upscale his initiative.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'll go last. So Aldo, on this particular one, I noticed that yes, I would tend to agree with what Rizal has started. There's not a lot of transparency, meaning like I don't really know from, let's say, looking at these cards when we're going to actually get a article written. I know that these messages are being sent out, but I don't know what's coming back. But I don't know also how to help at this point. And in fact, I don't think anybody knows how to help. So when let's say we're talking about, oh, okay, here it is. Okay. All right, so there is some evidence there. Thank you. So the posting of these things, like what exactly we're doing, but also I think we need to know if you're feeling, if there's friction or if there's success, right? And if there's friction, then it's a good time to open this up at the discussion to say, hey, look, I feel like this is kind of getting stuck. I'm not getting any responses back, or these people are not whatever. I open up to the floor for maybe a discussion, right, on this. And I'm not sure also when the timeline of this is supposed to happen. So generally we have end dates on pivots so that we can say, okay, by this time we've already used our resource of time budget for this. Has this gotten the result? And if it has gotten a result, yes, okay, continue. If it hasn't, then maybe we should pivot or go in a different direction. So I think as far as leadership is concerned, Kezia, it is your part as chair, I think, to identify it, clarify it, ask this person, like, ask in Aldo's case, is there anything that we can do to sort of improve the process? Is there an audience selection or a messaging selection or a timing issue? And I think that can help constructively get Aldo to progressing. I think he's got the right stuff. He's got the right energy. He just, maybe this is different from networking previously with marketing people. So they have maybe a different type of habit. And I think you did that actually, Kezia, too, as well. I want to point out that you did mention using TikTok and Instagram to direct message with journalists. So that part was actually, I noticed that part was already done. Also, I just noticed my own fault, and I want to bring this up as a good habit. I think the best kind of feedback comes from yourself, right? I just caught myself giving feedback about something that had already been done, right? Like Kezia, with the feedback I gave her, she had already done that. So I'm going to catch myself on that and say that was a oversight on my part because I didn't see that I was repeating myself, right? And I think that's actually really, really good. If you can start seeing what mistakes you're making before the feedback has to come, that is the ultimate cycle of good sort of feedback cycle, right? Okay, Kezia, let's have you give feedback now to Rizal on his initiatives.
Okay. So for Mas Rizal, yeah. I can't open Trello. Maybe Mas Rizal, can you open your pivot card? I'm sorry. Thank you. Nah. Short-term action. Can you open the screenshot? Oh, okay. So far, I see that Mas Rizal always updated with transparency too. He used screenshot about what his friction, about what he wanna do more about it. Yeah, I think it's my feedback.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Aldo, now do you have any feedback for Kezia?
I think Kezia give us a deeper review than my feedback, and I think that's already good. But maybe like what you said, maybe you use the attach the timeline of the pivots too. I think that's from me.
Okay. All right. Here, I'm gonna autopilot over to Kezia now. Kezia, go ahead and ask everybody else for their feedback about what you just said. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe start from Mas Gani. Is there any feedback from my comments to Mas Rizal?
Okay, so from my opinion, what you perspective is, I think apa ya, what's too small. I think to focus on the 8 card, but if you can try to zooming out a little bit, from my opinion is, I think what is Mas Rizal doing is it's great. He tried to find another opportunity on outside market or out of Indonesia, but what I think is, I think it's too much. Not too much. I mean too broader, and sometimes I see that it can make you like overload on workload. So what I can suggest is maybe focus on that, and have a uh, have a good impact, and just declutter on the some tasks that you keep doing work, but there's no impact after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So just declutter it. So yeah, I think that's my suggestion, Mas Rizal. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Gani. And now next to Kadiba. Is there any feedback?
Wow, well done, Gandhi. I didn't expect that, Gandhi. But yeah, I agree though. Yeah, I agree for a cherished one that is like if you're a photographer, then your lens is a wide shot probably because you see it like more zoom out. Yeah, the ability to detect it's that and probably need to pivot or like declutter. Besides that card, also there's an opportunity to like schedule as well. I mean, Keisha. Oh yeah, results update on, for example, the card from the initiative C. So we all understand from the past, I think 2 or 3 Scrum that this is not a priority for result. But what the chair can follow up is okay. This is not a priority, but doesn't mean that it's abandoned. Right? The way that we will have to make sure it is they have to schedule this or have to schedule to delegate this or things like that. That's probably what the chair can follow up in tasks like that. Yeah, so that's my feedback for Asia's feedback. And Gani actually also. Well done.
Okay. Thank you, Kadiba. And now, sir, Mr. Jing, do you have
Oh, actually,
any more?
one more. You can actually go to Rizal for his feedback.
Oh iya. Okay. Mas Rizal, your turn.
Okay, I think
Hello.
I
Okay.
yeah, hello. Yeah, I think I agree with Mas Gani and also Kadiba about to write from this card, and we have to attach the timeline. And also I forgot something in here, so I didn't attach the link of the pitch deck from that I worked, but it's already on the paper inside this paper, but I'm not attached on the comment yet. So that's my feedback to my initiative. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Rizal. Semangat. Okay, sir. Now it's your turn.
Okay, so for my part as chair, I noticed that Rizal wanted to abandon his ad projects in Thailand, but I wasn't really sure why he thought it wasn't that good, right? So he's looking at the numbers, and the numbers don't make a lot of sense to him. But I don't know, like if that is normal or not normal for Thailand, right? So I do feel a sense of anxiety, a little bit of anxiety, like okay, if we're abandoning it, we should have a clear reason, right? Like let's say the reason is because we're getting more results in Bali than in Thailand, and this makes more sense as a pivot. Or maybe we need to professionally network with a Thai developer to understand the persona of the person we're going for, and that's why we're abandoning it. So Rizal mentioned that a little bit, but I wasn't really clear why that was going to happen. And I think as chair, it's up to you to sort of understand the context a little bit more. If somebody wants to pick up an initiative, I think it should be fairly clear to the entire chapter why we are starting an initiative. But if somebody is dropping an initiative, it should also be fairly clear why we're dropping an initiative, right? So I understand he's not happy with the numbers, but I'm not also sure what the context of those numbers actually mean. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that, you know, what is it in comparison to Bali or in comparison to our initial expectations? Okay. That was on the ads, and the other part was, yeah, I'm really happy Rizal caught his own thing about the deck itself. I think that's really positive. So good. That's a good amount of sharing. All right, back to the chair.
Okay.
Back to you, Kezia.
So
Okay, so
maybe we. I'm sorry, sir. What?
okay, so Kezia, yes. So Kezia, the next step is that you can pick, I don't know, Gunny or something. Okay, actually, we might have not enough time to do this right now because I think you get the process already, right? The process is, as you can see, is pretty good, right? Like we can see how our colleagues actually believe whether or not we're on the right track. But the problem was, once again, transparency. We're not saying it, and so people might be misguided or underserved through leadership. Okay, and I think this is the biggest barrier that I want to remove for the entire company. If we want to be helpful to each other, we cannot be shy about saying things that are let's say they might be true or they might be our opinion, but we can't be shy about sharing our thoughts. Okay, and that is the essence of being transparent and also stepping on toes. To know that when somebody says something it doesn't feel good, it doesn't necessarily mean that they want bad for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they want to prove that you suck or something like that. It simply should be allowed for people to give you feedback, because you might be the emperor and the emperor is not wearing any clothes, and it takes the little boy to say, hey, you're not wearing any clothes. Okay, so this is just a culture I want to develop. What we can try doing, I think we can stop giving leadership feedback about Scrum, because I think everyone's pretty confident on that now. But this type of feedback is something that I can see that there's a lot of potential, once again, for growth in. And so I'd like to just iterate this as a habit, so that everybody has leadership instinct now. Everybody sees like what the goal is. They understand prioritization better, and they also understand how to give constructive feedback better. Okay. All right.
Okay. And because we only have 15 minutes, is that okay? We move to give feedback to Mas Gani and Kadiba, or maybe we can continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is meeting Scrum. I confused.
I prefer tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Anyone wanted to voting like today or tomorrow? Maybe Mas Rizal. Do you prefer today or tomorrow?
I think tomorrow it's okay. Yeah, you can do
Okay.
another feedback tomorrow also.
And Kadiba, how about you?
I think we got the idea already, so we can probably, if you want to practice it, we can do it tomorrow. But I believe we see that there's one more research spread there. So up to chair again whether we want to spend the next few minutes to discuss that, or we want to discuss that tomorrow. We're using template cards on Trello that Jim brought up.
Oh, okay. So okay, thank you. So maybe for the point of the leadership culture development, we can continue tomorrow, and also the point of reusing template cards on Trello, we can do it tomorrow too. And now maybe 14 minutes left. Is there any feedback for me as the chairing today? Maybe start from Kadiba.
So much better on the drill down. I noticed that on the updates, you like drill down on literally every person's initiative as well. But probably what we're missing is the summary of the breakout meetings and the meeting summary. Yeah.
Aduh, iya ya, oke. Yeah, thank you. So maybe the summary for the summary breakout meetings today, we have Kadiba with Mas Rizal and Mas Gani at 1 p.m. Wita, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's all. And maybe next to Mas Gani, do you have any feedback for me?
I see a lot of improvement. Yeah, you start being curious about each card, each person. You ask each what is the next of this project. It's pretty good, and yeah, I think that's good. Keep it up.
Okay, thank you Mas Gani. And now next to Mas Rizal.
Yeah, I think it's already good, but I hear that before Jing want to stop giving feedback for leadership.
Iya.
Then we can check give feedback initiative. So yeah, maybe the start. Yeah, that's my feedback.
Oke. Oh iya ya. Oh iya. Lali aku. Oke oke. Oke. So maybe last from Aldo. Aldo, because he went to toilet first.
Okay,
Is there any feedback for me?
hear me?
Last.
Do you hear me, guys?
Lali.
My feedback is improvement and maybe follow up on the breakout and also the Google invitation about the breakout thing. I think yeah we should notify that to just remind just okay.
Okay. Thank you. And yeah, maybe sorry if I maybe much of distract today. And yeah, thank you for attending today's meeting Scrum and
Oh,
see you
Kezia.
tomorrow. And say, okay, what?
Okay. Kezia, let me actually combining Rizal's point too as well. I'm offering advice here.
Okay.
Right? I'm just offering advice. Ultimately, if you're chair, you decide whether or not you want to take the advice or not. But if let's say let's just be deliberate about the choice.
Okay.
So let's say I saw what Rizal was talking about, right? So we talked about something, and then we did different. My advice was just advice. You can either take it or you can say, no, I don't think we'll do it. But at least indicate that, hey, Jing, hey, look, I think we probably should do this a few more times because I need the feedback, right? And then the idea of asking for feedback would become more clear to everybody here why that's happening. But if we just go about doing it after the input has been offered, then it feels like maybe we're not listening to each other, right? And such. So I think I don't want to intervene or say stop it, but I'm just offering it as a suggestion because I see everybody's pretty competent in it now. But react, I think, to the advice, and then we know, okay, all right, yes, Kezia, I as Kezia feel like I need more feedback, so please shower me with more feedback. That was good advice, Jake. Then we know that that was done intentionally rather than it's being done either accidentally or unintentionally or just deliberately without consideration, right? So that's my feedback, yeah? So do what you like, but also
Okay.
state your intentions.